this world.
Kill the boy and let the man be born.
Good evening, gentlemen. How y'all feeling tonight, man? I'm glad to see a lot of y'all in the building, man. A few people was tuning in to the extended intro that I created not long ago, man. It's been a minute. I know I've been tinkering with the notion of doing lives. When I had the time, many of you guys are well aware that I'm not a YouTuber. You know, at one point in time, man, I was doing a lot of content, and I was thinking the other day that I didn't realize that I've been around so long. For you guys who have been subscribed to me for a long period of time, you know this is my second channel. My first channel was terminated by YouTube. But I've been around a grand total of nearly November of this year will be 9 years. I came to YouTube in November of 2016. Now, I'll say I started making content in November of 2016. And so I've witnessed the rise and the fall of what many consider the manosphere. And the reason I wanted to talk about this in my opening monologue is because, hope y'all can hear me clearly. I saw a live stream that Coach Greg Adams had did. And you know, you guys are well aware that, you know, me and Coach, we get along pretty well, man. There's a mutual respect amongst content creators when it comes to, you know, the type of content that he puts out and the type of content that I put out. JB the Juggernaut, salute to you, my brother, with the $5 sponsorship. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, homie. He said, a contribution to the men's first movement. Absolutely. And brother Zeke with the $2 sponsorship, man. I appreciate that. Great intro replay game. For sure, man. So, like I said, I was listening to Coach's live stream about the collapse of what we call the manosphere. And I saw other content creators who have been around during those times weigh in on what contributed to the demise. And everyone has their opinion. I have no dogma, but I will say this. When I came to the space, it was more contributed to male empowerment. I figured it was a safe space for men to congregate and basically have, you know, barbershop talk. And it would hit on a lot of key points with men who had been going through a lot and didn't have an outlet to, you know, voice their opinions, voice their concerns, and even talk about things that they were actually going through in their day-to-day lives. The message got skewed when it became more about women than male empowerment. Guys were having these long live streams and all these pre-recorded content talking about the behavior of women. And that's what it manifests into. And ultimately, it was his undoing. This is during the times 2019, 2018, 2017, when, you know, every now and then a woman would come into the hornet's nest. You know what I'm saying? And they would get up on these damn panels, man. And that one woman would be up there, and every man that could fit on a goddamn panel would come up there just to bicker with that goddamn woman. Somehow women became the enemy, and then we just like, I don't know. And I look back on it and I think a lot of those guys were really hurt and traumatized. And some of them were actually looking for female validation. You know, They wanted to take all their frustrations out on this fucking random chick that just came up on a panel, who basically came over there to prove their point that guys can get over emotional. And if you fast forward, you see remnants of that shit today. Now you have, the market is heavily saturated, man. Everyone has a podcast. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone is a relationship guru. You got people that are calling themselves doctors and shit that are not doctors, and a lot of these people are, basically, how can I say this? They're basically putting out the fact that they've been hurt and they've been traumatized. And they're taking their anecdotal experiences and putting them on you and telling you how to maneuver. Now, listen, man, I'm not anti anything. I will say this. Whatever you choose to do with your life that brings you peace of mind and happiness and it grows you as a person, man, go for it. If being a fool is part of that, then, hey, by all means, be whatever you feel like is going to put you in a safe space. But like I said, you see remnants of that shit today, because every time you turn on YouTube, you turn on a podcast, you see women up here with a back and forth with men going back and forth with women. And to me, it's pointless. This is why I don't do any of that shit. This is why you don't see women on my platform. You see I don't go on other people's platform, because as soon as you say something that they don't agree with, it's going to turn into an argument, and then it's going to come with ad hominem attacks on your character, you as a person. Oh, you couldn't get no pussy if you was broken. All this other shit. They will completely dismiss the argument that you are laying out and go to ad hominem attacks. You see the elevation in their voices and reason. When emotions are involved, logic and reason goes out of the fucking door. You're not gonna have any sort of healthy dialogue or productive dialogue. And there's nothing productive or constructive that come out of these conversations, other than a few people that may be listening to your content offline or whatever, saying they agree with you. It doesn't change anything. Me personally, I view myself as a change agent. I do appreciate a lot of you guys who have been rocking with me for years. I see the inboxes and you guys showing me, or the guys that I follow that have been, subscribers to my platform. I've seen the growth in many of you guys. There is a noticeable difference in the guys that rock with me and the guys that listen to these other people. There's no knock on them, but I've always talked about productivity. Yes, I talked about how females operate, but it was from a place of getting you guys to avoid a lot of the pitfalls that many men make, many mistakes that many men make. That's all it was, man. And so at the end of the day, that was the undoing of this whole space. You know what I'm saying? Dog, I've been taking care of business, Domino. What's happening with y'all, man? Happy New Year. Yeah, man. And so me, I question a lot of the people that people gravitate to and listen to, because you have to question who are these people outside of YouTube? When they turn that camera off, when they turn that microphone off, who are they? Are they the type of people that show their productivity? Did they have any sort of remnants of a productive life as a man prior to getting on YouTube? And I will answer that question for you. Many of them didn't. Many of these people were nobody. Many of these people monetized male dysfunction. It's unfortunate, but it's the damn truth. Now, maybe they can carefully articulate that shit to some degree, but at the end of the day, man, these people you were doing way better than these people prior to them being able to have a platform. If they were to shut this shit down tomorrow, who the fuck will these people be? You understand what I'm saying? They can't tell you about healthy living and living a healthy life. Look at them. They can't tell you how to get out of a broken relationship because they still damaged from the fucking relationship that they were in. You understand what I'm saying? Like these things, like a lot of these people's credibility should come into question. This is what destroyed that space. Straight up. You want to sit up here and preach to the choir. You want to talk about what women are doing, and there is no women in your goddamn chat. You want to talk about what women are doing, but no women are listening to you. I've seen guys get blatantly disrespected by women on their fucking live stream, on their channels. I've seen a lot of these damn relationship gurus and these pickup artists, dating coaches and all this shit, man, can't pick up a goddamn piece of paper off the floor. They damn sure ain't picking up no women. I can tell you that now. You go outside with that goddamn red pill shit and talking about bringing up stats and data and all this other shit, you will get looked at as a fucking clown. This is information that should have been exclusively for men. But unfortunately, guys wanted to start implementing this shit into their lives. They did ruin whatever decent relationship they had, a lot of shit. You know, and yes, I will agree that most of the message did go mainstream. No doubt about it. You see remnants of that shit with some of these guys that, you know, some of these celebrities who share different things on their Instagrams and their social media, and you'll see remnants of it. Lil Duval do it all the time. I know for a fact he listened to this shit. But at the end of the day, man, like, what happened afterwards? Guys did not start elevating their lives. They didn't start progressing. You know, instead of taking the information and using it as a catalyst to elevate their lives and know, like, listen, man, I wouldn't mind having a wife. I wouldn't mind having an old lady or whatever the case may be. But that shouldn't be the focal point of my existence. Every fiber of my being is to be a producer. And if I have to do it for myself, then that's what it is. And that's what it's going to be. How am I going to be able to take care of my family? How am I going to be able to elevate the people around me if I'm focusing on one thing? And that one thing is women. It's just like having a priority list. Yes, you know you need to get up and go to work. You know you need to hit the gym. You know you need to put gas in your fucking vehicle. You know you need to keep a clean house and all this other thing. But this one thing, I need to pressure wash the driveway. And now all those other things that should be a priority go out of the window and you focusing on pressure washing the goddamn driveway. Like, come on, man. It doesn't make sense. So how did women become a priority in a man's life so much? It boils back to, just like we say that women have daddy issues. A lot of guys, man, they really look for female validation. This is why you see them on the balloon pop shows. You see them on dating apps. You see them under these chicks' posts. I'm telling you now, man, this fucking social media shit, that is a woman's world, man. Validation and attention are at women's fingertips. There's really no place for a man. Honestly. You know, you monetize the dysfunction. That's why you're seeing so many people crashing out about this goddamn TikTok shit. It's a revenue source for a lot of women. Don't have to do anything but sit up there and turn on the goddamn camera. Hey, hey, Bird Brain 76. Thank you for the heart. Thank you for the fire sign. Thank you for the gift. You know what I'm saying? Y'all up here just feeding into it just for them to call your goddamn name out. Bird Brain 76. And when she called your name, you sent one heart. That was probably $4. Now you're sending 6 hearts. Hearts back to back to back to back to back. Bird Brain 76. She see your ass out in public, you running up on that motherfucker. She probably trying to hit your ass with some mace. Who the fuck is this nigga? Oh, it's me. You don't know who I am? It's me, Bird Brain 76. You know, I love you. I gave you all the hearts. You see how stupid that shit and ridiculous that is? Instead of sending them goddamn hearts, you need to be up this bitch balancing your budget, trying to see what you're going to be able to do next week, next month, next year. What are you doing productive for your goddamn life? they no country for old self. Yo, man, Bird Brain 76. That's gonna be a new name for a lot of these goof ass niggas, man. Like straight up. Because we're gonna get into it tonight. We're gonna get into a lot of different things, man, that is going to hopefully give you guys a different perspective and a different outlook on things, man, because I see a lot of crash outs. I see people are finding something to complain about. It doesn't matter what you do. They're going to find something to complain about. Now the election over with, Donald Trump is our new president, whether you like it or not. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter to me. I'm more of a conservative leaning type of person. But at the end of the day, I think it's two sides of the same coin, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, what's up, E? I see you, my boy. Catch you by, my dog, man. So listen, it's with this whole DEI shit and Trump rescinding, Lyndon B. Johnson. Listen, ain't no sense of crying and complaining now. You complain about white supremacy, you complain about white people, but you motherfuckers love to want to have a seat at the table. And so while you out here crashing out about women, guys out here trying to get to the bag to impress women, to get validation from women, to be seen and get attention from women, women get into the bag to say that they don't need a man. We weren't creating anything. So you can't complain about trying to have a seat at their table and they deny you from having a seat at their table when you haven't done nothing as a people, as a unit, to do anything. A huge distrust amongst black people is what's always going to hold us back, and it ain't going to change. When you start throwing the elements of having a strong family out of the window as a race, as a collective, as a people, and say that you don't need each other, your race is doomed. Many of you guys who have supported me for the longest, I called that shit out back in 2020. I made videos on it. And by the way, I scrubbed my YouTube of all my old content. All my old content will be exclusive on the Patreon for $5 a month. You niggas will spend $5 on some feet pics. You can spend $5 on some goddamn good content that may even change your life. I'm serious though, man. So you can't ensure the survival of your goddamn race when you got this whole little fucking gender war going on and people purposely put that in place. And then you start to figure out, things aren't what they supposed to be because you didn't prepare yourself. Anytime you put your livelihood and your survival in the hands of another person, it's not sustainable. This is why I always told brothers, man, go out and get a skill, get a trade. You know what I'm saying? Get something, get a level of experience in a lot of different fields. That way you can take that shit and maybe you will work for someone for a long period of time or a little bit of time. However, stack your bread up and get into that field yourself. This is how you create wealth. You get to the point where your money is working for you. You create jobs and avenues and revenue streams for not only yourself that's sustainable, but for other people. And maybe they will do the same. That's the blueprint. But unfortunately, we weren't doing that. Soon as you get 20 stacks in your pocket, nigga, you going to go buy some of that goddamn validation. You want to go out here and peacock. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing more disturbing to me is guys following dudes who noticeably don't keep themselves in decent shape, doesn't show you any remnants of being success outside of being in front of that goddamn camera, and they are in terrible shape. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the least you can do. Is try to, you're not going to be able to eat healthy all the time, but do things that are beneficial to you. I've always been solution based. Okay, yes, you're going through a divorce. Yes, you're going to take an L, man. And that shit is, it's a process. Getting over those things are a process. Trust me, I know, man. I try to tell you guys things from experience. It's all a process, and there's nothing wrong with starting over. I've never seen so many people get caught up in this shit, like these hit words. Everybody's a narcissist. Everyone is gaslighting. Things that these people don't even know the meaning to, but they throw these words out to deflect from what the truth is. And, you know, and I'll say this, like fumble. Now, we know what fumbling is. This is when you have possession of that ball and the opposition comes and knock that ball free. That's how you fumble. Now, you can look at it in one or two ways. When that ball hit that ground, it's fair game. It's everybody's ball. Everybody's going for that goddamn ball. So if you fumble that person, they for everybody at that point. Have a level of acceptance and control to know that it's not your ball anymore. Or two, you can look at it like this. That's a goddamn ball. You can have possession of a ball. You can have possession of a car. You can have possession of whatever it is. Things. You don't have control of people. You can't have possession of people. So if you can't have possession of them, how can you fumble them? You follow what I'm saying? It was never yours. Never. And it never will be. That is the unfortunate truth that many people need to come to grips with. Yes, I mean, you've ran across good people. You may have had great relationships with good people, but everything is temporary. If it was so great, then why didn't it last forever? Because nothing is forever. Not even people. They're going to leave you willingly or through death. And you're not awarded the time or the luxury of having the time, afforded the time to be up this bitch mourning and trying to get over people, man. You are a man. Life doesn't get any easier. You're only going to get stronger. You're going to get more wiser. You're going to know how to navigate life better than what you did when you were younger. If you're not growing and evolving, then you already dead. You just a walking fucking dead. I predicate my life on balance and being able to move forward and push forward. I've been more than open and transparent about the pitfalls and mistakes. I've been in a handful of relationships in my life. All of them were long-term, except one, of course. But even in the one that didn't last long, it was a lot of emotional trauma and baggage. Now, I will attest to the fact that I was dishonest about a few things, but at the end of the day, those things were not just ultimately deal breakers. It was mainly just the fact that there was so much emotional baggage brought from that other side that it just became unbearable. And that shit just drains your fucking life source, man. You start dealing with broken people, you will quickly realize that your focus will be drained from whatever your vision of your life should be, and you start focusing on trying to make these motherfuckers happy, trying to fix a broken person, and that's not your goddamn responsibility. And you're not gonna get there. You will never heal the broken person by just loving them. This is why this good guy, nice guy shit, you throw that shit out of the fucking window, man. Stop trying. And people always say, oh, well, you hear, people talking about what a good man is. What a good man is. It's always predicated on something that they may like. But people don't really know what the fuck they like. This is why they can't keep people around. The reason you can't keep nobody around because your ass got work to do on yourself internally. You may say you want 30 billion goddamn dollars. And rightfully so. I mean, a lot of people want money, but once you get $30 billion, then what? You're gonna have a lot of enemies. You're gonna get to the point where you gotta look over your shoulder. You can't go to the grocery store anymore when people know you got that money. You can't go anywhere anymore without no damn security. You're not living anymore. Triple Masterpiece, my brother Black Rain, what's happening, man? And so these are things that I like to discuss, man, because at the end of the, when it all boils down to it, you are the architect of your destiny. And when that final bell rings and is your expiration date, the bill comes due, and it's your time to go. Many of us has lost family, friends, and loved ones. How will you be remembered? Will you be the person that left a legacy that people can remember for generations to come? Or will you be the next person that's gone and no one even mentions your name after 3 months, 6 months, a year, maybe every now and then? People that's really close to you maybe get a tattoo or something and they think about you from time to time. But there's not a whole group of people, a lot of people that come and celebrate you after you're gone. You never left nothing behind. You were just a leaf in the wind blowing through life and ain't did shit. But chase women. Talk about these bras. Like I said about the social media thing, that's a woman's domain. Unless you're a damn celebrity, you can forget about it. You're an average dude, you forget about it. You go on social media, it seems like they never miss an opportunity to show some ass. If it's the birthday, goddamn, you're going to try their best to show the world how you look when you came into this world. Nothing for the imagination. Ass and titties everywhere. And it's for the free. Don't get me wrong. I am not hating. You don't have to subscribe to no goddamn porn site these days. You can go right on the fucking X, Twitter, Instagram. Ass and titties everywhere. For the free. You can enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Or whether it's been snowing down here in the South. It snowed here in Texas. It was snowing in Alabama. It snowed across the South. And out that bitch, don't give a damn if you're going to have pneumonia. That ass buns was out. It was goddamn, them breasts was everywhere. Ass everywhere. I even see motherfuckers up there with 300 some likes with an ashy ass crack. I'm talking about ass crack, got bumps and shit all around that motherfucker and getting 300 likes. That is shows just how disgusting you niggas is really insipish. And ridiculously simpish as you niggas are. Go through them goddamn likes. You goddamn weird ass, disgusting ass niggas looking at that ass crack. I saw that ass crack and I wanted to vomit. You niggas have no standards whatsoever and want to complain about these motherfuckers. How can you complain when you validate it? I would love to hit that ass. What does that ass mean? I can tell you what it means. That ass was outside long before the snowfall hit. Long before the snow hit the ground, that ass was outside. When you see a bunch of ass and that motherfucker got bumps and pimples and shit on that motherfucker and is ashy right there at the top, that is not a well-kept ass. That ass has been for everybody. Nigga, do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Stop it. Before you hit the like button, before you leave a heart up there, man, before you do it on TikTok, before you do it on Instagram, understand what you are. Think about it. Think about it for a second. God damn it, am I a motherfucking sucker? Am I a goddamn man? When you talk about value as a man, That shit, it comes with standards. What kind of standards do you have? Do you like a nice, beautiful ass, a nice feminine woman that comes along with it? That is would be elated that you liked her picture because she been watching you too because you are a man of substance and purpose. They pretend like they don't see you, but they see you. You stand out. Or are you one of those? What do I call that motherfucker? Man, again? Bird Brain 76? Are you one of them type of niggas? Well, that's what you look like. You look real foolish. Yeah, man. Absolutely. OnlyFans. This motherfucker shit sticking to her panties. But you niggas will be ready and willing to go in raw. Unfortunately, when you get into these situations that a lot of these women who you see with that ass out and everything, a lot of them are in relationships. You couldn't be with me. And I don't give a damn about the shame and shit, talking about, insecurity. No, I'm going to tell you something. That type of shit brings a lot of problems, a lot of unnecessary problems. So for me, I look at it as protection. And I look at it as that shit it should be exclusively for me. If you feel the desire that you're going to get out this bitch and show your ass and pop your pussy and all this other shit, you can do that shit over there. And it doesn't mean that I have any ill will toward you or I'm upset about anything. I'm just going to I'm going to play that shit out first and foremost. You're not going to do that. And I'm not that type of nigga that you're going to even feel like you're going to play with like that anyway. Women do shit like that with weak men. Men that they know they can play with. These are the motherfuckers that share other men and celebrities as they man crush Mondays and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you see that type of shit, that's not an insecurity, dog. That's just the motherfucker, you putting your motherfucking foot down. And it's an order of protection as well. You out this bitch on a Saturday night having a good time. Your woman out this bitch in fishnets with a nipple showing and her ass out. Niggas want to come up there. A group of niggas come over that bitch. Some young niggas too. Come over there, pop, slap it on the ass. What's up, bitch? And she looking at you. Now you got a squad with 8 niggas. Because she decided to come out here with her ass out. Like, knock that shit off, man. Unnecessary problems. And that with that same energy, you could be getting to the bag. You could be taking care of your business. You could be in the gym, working on yourself, working on your body, working on your physique. You can be doing these things instead of out here fighting a bunch of young niggas. You 40 years old fighting a bunch of goddamn 22-year-old niggas behind this bitch wanting to show her fucking ass. Knock it off. Salute Mr. October with the $5 sponsorship. Salute to you, man. He said you are the last of the real OG. Been here since 2016. God damn, man. Salute to you, my brother. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. I appreciate you for being here, bro. I've been around a long time. But unfortunately, man, you know I'm not here all the time. I can't make videos every day, man. I can't go live every day, bro. I'm out this bitch conquering the world. I'm taking care of business. You know, my life has profoundly changed in a positive way when I started to look at life a lot differently. Trust me, I got caught up in the whole red pill mumbo jumbo at one point in time too. But unfortunately, you know, for me, I was already like even on the Patreon, I share old clippings of things that I used to say on social media. It was always remnants of that there, but I was being handicapped by my emotions. And this is why, hence the live stream name, you know. I was in the darkness for a long period of time. And I noticed something. I'm self-aware of myself to know that I have changed. I've evolved mentally and financially. No God, you know, thank God. No doubt. But I remember once upon a time, man, when I would pull up at a gas station. and I see a brother out there, struggling. You come up there, man, can you spare a few dollars, man? Can you help a brother out? And then, man, and I always felt inclined to help them. I don't do that no more. I used to feel bad seeing a woman and her children, struggling to pay for something at the grocery store. And I will say, man, listen, maybe part of the reason that I've been so blessed because I used to feel inclined to contribute to help them. Man, I paid for people's groceries, man. Standing behind them in line, they're up there digging for coins and shit. And up there, telling the kids to put stuff back. And y'all don't have to put that back. How much is, I was that guy, man. And maybe my royal reward would be in the kingdom of heaven, but right here on earth, I don't do that shit no more. You can't. Because it's normally the people, because even when I was doing those things, I wasn't in the best position myself financially. Yes, I could afford to do those things, but when it was time for me to pay a $300 light bill, I would think about those $40. I would think about that $100 I gave somebody. I would think about that money I spent, helping someone and all that shit. I would think about those things. It was times when I was a working motherfucker and still didn't have, enough to cover my expenses. I'm calling motherfuckers, setting up arrangements and all that kind of shit. There's no way for a man to live, dog. Mr. October, salute to you with the $20 sponsorship, man. He said, trust me, I know. Invest into stocks, crypto, love you, bro. Hey, I love you too, man. I appreciate that, brother. Hashtag men first. That's what I'm about, man. Like, we can have conversations about different periods of our lives, man. We've been there. We've all been there. But it comes a point where you got to grow out of that shit. Dog, I ain't thinking about picking up no bras or talking to no bras, no relationships, none of that shit when my pockets ain't where they need to be. When I'm not fulfilling my vision, I feel like something is going wrong. What am I lacking? What am I doing wrong here? Because a lot of the times, man, you'll realize, man, at my age, a lot of this shit is a distraction. Worrying about how somebody feel, if you're happy, if you're sad. Motherfuckers just come in just mad at the world. For what? And you up here trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, baby, what's wrong? Baby, what's wrong? Baby, what's wrong? Ain't fuck all that, man. That shit should be an ultimate deterrent. Straight up, man. I seen a lot of motherfuckers making a lot of content, whole live stream talking about Joy Taylor. Talking about Joy Taylor. One of the moderators from one of these sports shows who was brought out that she was fucking her boss. Nigga. That shit is normal. You see a lot of marriages and relationships come from in the workplace. The work husband. These hoes been fucking. And even your bitch will fuck for the right price. What are we talking about here? Why were you crashing out about Joy Taylor? And then I seen some of you niggas up here talking about Jason Whitlock. He couldn't get the pussy if he wanted to. And it only showed that you niggas don't know women. And I gotta question some of you niggas' sexuality by even talking about this nigga's looks when it comes to dealing with women. Oh, he fat. He didn't get no women. But the nigga got money. That nigga can get your bitch. Like, straight up, bruh. That shit was mind-boggling to me to see you niggas crashing out so goddamn much. How you niggas you crashing out so much you judging another man's looks? Talking about he can't get no women. And then you defend a lot of these niggas that be doing borderline homosexual shit. Saying shit that they ain't got no business saying. But I digress. These dudes making this content for revenue at this point. Any kind of topic that comes along, any hot topic. Now if it ain't Joy Taylor, it's Michelle Obama. I'm not even gonna go down that path because I'm gonna piss a lot of y'all off. So I digress. But that TikTok shit, crashing out about TikTok, yeah. Niggas was trashing out about it too. It takes a lot to go into mainstream content creation, man. And I salute a lot of them that do it. But I can't predicate my life on making content, man. I can't ensure my survival by coming up here talking about other people's lives. You know, I'm a working class blue collar brother from rural Alabama. You understand what I'm saying? I'll say I probably far exceeded a lot of expectations, but I had too much dog in me, bruh. E up in here right now. Me and E the same age. We grew up together. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't many opportunities. There wasn't many options for us. But guess what? We both made our way. And then, brother, if you're still in here, man, I'm proud of you. You understand what I'm saying? That's what men do. We make a way. We don't sit up here and gossip about what other goddamn people doing all the motherfucking time. One more thing, another thing that I wanted to touch on too, because, you know, like I said, a lot of these goddamn podcasts be popping up around this motherfucker. And that shit just is, I'm sick of, we need to leave the relationship talk in 2024. Because most of these motherfuckers don't know what in the hell they talking about whatsoever. They're projecting their trauma onto other people. That's it. Talking about these goddamn relationships, this whole 50-50 shit. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to knock this shit out the park right here. If you decide to date or get in a relationship, I'm pretty sure you got your own shit. She got her own shit. You got two separate households, two separate sets of bills. If a motherfucker even start having conversations about you paying for every goddamn thing, that is not your goddamn person. And otherwise, if you agree to be a stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home mother, that's a different conversation. Outside of that, you're going to pay something up in this motherfucker. Because otherwise, I'm taking on a grown child, and you just going to make my motherfucking life harder. You're going to make things more difficult for me. You paying bills at your shit, you're going to pay bills up in this motherfucker. I ain't going to say 50-50. I'm a man. I may even, depending on how much I enjoy your company, I'll go 70-30. But you going to pay your fucking 30. Or you going to hit the fucking bricks, bitch. That's just the bottom line. So all this 50-50 shit, man, either you go contribute or you can go pay 100 by you pay 100% by yourself and you leave me the fuck alone. I pay 1,000% of everything in my motherfucking couch. So you ain't finna just come up this bitch and lay up, kick your feet up, and you put your feet on my motherfucking couch and all that other bullshit. You can get the fuck on. And you ain't gotta ask me what I bring. I wish you would ask me what I bring to the motherfucking table. You looking at it. Don't look like I'm missing no motherfucking meals around this bitch. I dress nice, I smell good. I'm confident, I'm charismatic. Quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. You can hit the fucking bricks. And that's just what it is, man. I'm not finna put myself in a bad headspace for nobody. And even if that means I have to walk alone, I don't mind that either. I came in this motherfucker alone. I'll die alone too. It's okay. It don't bother me if 3 people show up to my funeral or nobody do. I'm dead. I'm gone. It don't fucking matter. You understand me? I got a lot of flack for a person I grew up with passed away. And he was doing a lot of things that he wasn't supposed to be doing, non-productive things for himself. So he created his own environment that brought him to that point. Unfortunately, I can't spend $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 getting there to pay my last respects and go on by my business. I send some flowers and I gotta keep moving. I can't stop. You gotta get to you. Most of us are at that point that if we stop If all wheels stop turning, everything stops. And the few people that you care about may be there to support you and look out for you for the first month. After 2-3 months, they sick of your ass. That is the life of a man. That is the reality of a man. This is why it's important to do things for yourself. Take care of yourself, man. You understand what I'm saying? If I get to the point where I can't wipe my motherfucking ass and prepare my own meals and take care of myself, I'd rather be up out of here. I was telling my daughter today, do not resuscitate. When the man upstairs punched my clock and started pulling at me to get up out of here, let me go, man. You know what I'm saying? I've lost a lot. I've been very transparent about how I dealt with grief and loss. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the luxury of a mother or a father or grandparents. I don't have any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I have one living aunt, and coincidentally, she the oldest. Out of all my aunts and uncles, out of my grandparents' 5 children on my mother's side, she's the only one left. And she's traveling the world. You know what I'm saying? And I adore her, man. I really do. We were New Year's Day, her and my niece and my brother, we was all on like a conference call, bringing in the new year. I was at work. But that's not a hit or there. I just want you guys to understand that, listen, man, you are in control, and take back your power, dog. Take back your power by implementing healthy routines and setting boundaries of your goddamn life and not tolerating the bullshit. Do you know how much time you wasting up that bitch scrolling, looking at ass? Do you know how much time you wasting up here looking at podcasts just to hear people get their shit off? Nothing has nothing to do with your life. Nothing that's going to be productive or sustainable to you elevating your life to the next level. Are you growing? Are you evolving? Are you becoming the person that God designed you to be? Are you waiting on somebody to pick you? Are you on a date now putting all your goddamn information out that bitch about your career, your job, how much you earn, how tall you are, all this other shit? Man, get out of here. You talking about to pick me? Bitch, I'm too much of I'm one hell of a nigga. You ain't finna sit up here and pop no balloon on me, or you ain't finna swipe whatever way they be swiping when they don't want to deal with your ass. No, you're not gonna get the luxury of doing that to a nigga like me. I'm phenomenal. You know why? Because I put it in the motherfucking work, dog. And I'm not sitting up here giving you this speech about self-improvement and all that shit. No. But it starts with little subtle things, man. Subtle things that you implement into your life. Productive hobbies and stuff, man. I lose a lot of time because I'm tired, man. I work a lot, man. I shoulder the burden, a lot of responsibility. So yes, there are days I don't get out my motherfucking bed, dog. I lay in that motherfucker on a rest day. I sit in that bitch and find me something good to watch, man. I'm sitting in that bitch chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I pay all these motherfucking bills around this bitch. Goddamn, I'm decorating and getting my shit in order. I'm not doing that shit to be outside chasing no motherfucking ashy ass, crack having ass bitch. Of course not. It's not me. That's not who I am. If you chase behind, you're gonna always be behind. That's why a lot of y'all in the predicament you in right now. And if it ain't you, it's somebody you know. But you can't tell them nothing. They want to play the victim in every situation. And they want to put all this shit on a president. No, this shit is you. These are things that you are in control of. How have you prepared yourself just in case anything were to happen? God forbid a cyber attack or something here and you ain't got no cell phone. Most of you niggas be finished. You don't prepare yourself for nothing but trying to get smashed. from some motherfucker that everybody else can have. You publicly humiliate yourself when you go on these when you jump in these inboxes or you go on these day naps or you on these fucking shows, man. I don't even want to go to a fucking birthday party no more. I wouldn't even attend a kid's birthday party. I've seen enough fucking balloons be popped. I'd rather see a motherfucker with a pinata and put that shit on a bitch's head and just rap the shit out of some of you dumb assholes. Because some of the shit that you say is just downright just dumb. It's remedial. And I've grown to realize that a lot of them say this shit for shock value. And you stupid ass niggas will go right up there and make content about it. They say that shit to get a reaction and a response and show just how goddamn desperate dudes are. And they bite right into it, hook, line, and sinker. I've done it too. But it's just like anything else. When you know better, you do better. I've made a mistake. I've went down that rabbit hole a time or two. But one thing I do know about life is you grow to a level of acceptance. You accept things for what they are and understand that you can't change everything. The only thing that you are in control of in this life is you. In the way that you react, in the way that you respond to people and things, and the unforeseen circumstance that may come about living this life. Every day ain't gonna be a great day. How do you navigate the bad days? Do you have enough resiliency to overcome your fucking obstacles? Do you have enough resiliency? Do you have enough dog in you to overcome that motherfucker that broke your heart? That nigga that betrayed you. Betrayed you. I said betrayed. Betrayed you. The people that didn't believe in your vision, but now they want to come around because things are looking, your trajectory is up. You can't lose when you always working on yourself, man. When you diagnose your flaws and you know what you need to do better. Get out here and live your life a little, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, understand that there's always work to do. Yeah, unfollow that shit, man. You right about that, Triple Masterpiece. You following the motherfucker on social media. You following the motherfucker with her ass out all the time. She ain't even following you back. How pathetic is that? Motherfucker don't even know you exist. And you liking every piece of ass pic that motherfucker put up there. That shit is fucking ridiculous. You are a pathetic, poor excuse for a goddamn man. Listen. I know you like ass, like to see ass. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you to the point where you following this motherfucker, sending your money to this motherfucker that don't know you exist, yeah. You got some serious fucking work to do. I know everybody ain't awarded the luxury of hitting a genetic lottery. But you can always find something to make yourself more valuable to the world. You feel me? And don't let people shame you into being less than. Don't let people shame you into settling. You know what I'm saying? Because now more than ever, you see more broken people getting married. These motherfuckers out here marrying another person or getting in a relationship with another person just to get over the person that they're not over. They're just pretending to be over. This is where the old adage goes, a hurt person hurts other people. And this is something you guys have to be very aware of. Most of you guys will not be someone's first choice. Someone else they wanted to act right. They've given everything to. They've given their youth, their fertility, invested financially, all kind of shit. And they want you to come in and remedy that. They want twice as much from you now. This is why I just like, for the longest time, man, I just like, man, what's the point? And it's not me being pessimistic or, a cynic or anything. It's just the fact that I see reality for what it is. I see how people be moving out here, man. It's a cesspool out this bitch. And the only way to avoid losing in the game is not to play it. I appreciate that. Next month, I will be 44 years old, man. I still ain't got no gray yet. I was thinking one day the salt and pepper come on this mug. I ain't got none of that, man. It's good genetics, I guess. 44 years, man, I've been walking this earth, bro. But I still find ways to, make myself better, become more self-aware, become more responsible, become more reasonable with the people around me, have a level of understanding. You understand what I'm saying? And understanding that everything doesn't need a response. I'm not going to stress myself out over other people. People are afforded the same 24 hours a day that I am, And the way that they choose their lives is their choice. I'm not going to stress over the way that they conduct their lives. That's not my responsibility. I'm only concerned with the way that I move. And if you make mistakes, if you're not my children, I'm not going to pay for your goddamn mistakes. At least with my damn kids, I can tell them, hey, look, you knew better. My children are grown, bro. You understand what I'm saying? They know better. And they hate to get to the point where they got to come to me with their head down off of some shit that I told them that they shouldn't do, and they did it anyway. That makes it 10 times worse. And even then, I have a level of understanding that I don't stress myself out over stuff. I told you, I don't do all that. For what? Running my goddamn pressure up? I want to be here a long time. And then to ensure that I'm going to be here for a long time, I'm not finna stress about other people. And I damn sure ain't finna stress about these women, dog. not one motherfucking second, bro. Why? Exactly, Patrick. Long-term investing in yourself. What are you doing? What are you doing to elevate yourself? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing to take yourself to the next level? This is why you see Bill Belichick around this bitch knocking off a motherfucker in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? You only get better if you work on yourself. There is no negative in doing such things, man. There's no negative in hitting the gym, eating clean. There's no negative in getting out this bitch, getting to the bag. You know what I'm saying? In a sustainable way, in doing things the right way. For sure. Nah, man, I ain't got no grades yet, raw. Man, that shit crazy, man. My old man was like that, bro. He didn't have no fucking grades until he hit like 60. And when he got there, hit 60, like overnight, his shit was white. The beard, the mustache, the hair, everything just turned white. I'm talking about Snow White too. It didn't go from, it wasn't no salt and pepper or anything. His shit just went like, So I guess, it's genetics, man. I guess by the time, another 16, 17 years, man, when I hit 60, I probably get that good gray in, man, but it's all good, man. At the end of the day, I'm going to take care of myself, man. I'm going to keep my line up going, keep myself in decent shape, and that's what it is, man. QB said, yeah, I'm 50 and just barely see grays, which trips me out when I see 30-year-olds. Absolutely. Man, listen. This is something else, and I'm not going to take up too much more of you guys' time. This is how you know we are in a mental health crisis. People are listening. People, instead of getting professional help, they go to social media, whether it's posts and these online therapists and gurus giving out all this terrible fucking advice, and it's not solving any of their goddamn problems. You see what I'm saying? You've never seen so many motherfuckers out this bitch smoking, fucking, and drinking their life away. That shows you right there, man. People are self-medicating to try to get over their goddamn issue because life is hard. And so listen, this is why I talk about people's credibility. Who are you listening to? People are not showing any remnants of any type of success outside of putting the microphone and a camera in front of their face. These motherfuckers go outside and they don't exist to the rest of the world. They get blatantly disrespected by the goddamn women that in there. What's up, Fur? What's happening, my brother? Die up in here too, man, for sure. Yeah, bro. So I hate you caught me on the back end, man. You know, I've been on here for an hour and 5 minutes. But, you know, I came. This has been a great show, man. You know, normally when I come back, I always come with a stern, profound message, man, about, you know, listen. We got to leave a lot of things in 2024, man. You know, giving a lot of these distractions, man, our attention, dog. You know, it's particularly when it comes to these podcasts and women, how women are behaving, and none of that shit matters. Whether it's politics, this shit that people crashing out about, you can't afford to allow that shit to sink into your goddamn circumference. You can't let that shit bother you, man. You can't give responses to that shit. What are you doing on a day-to-day basis to increase your value as a person? Are you entertaining distractions? Are you looking for love? Nigga, are you still looking for love? All the love that you need comes from up there and it's in here. That don't make you no motherfucking narcissist. When you look out for yourself first and foremost, it don't make you a narcissist, dog. If you got kids in the world, what can you do for your motherfucking children if you ain't doing nothing for yourself? When they see you ain't doing shit and being productive, you know what's going to happen? They're going to lose respect for you. You can't take care of people if you ain't taking care of your fucking self. So knock it off with the narcissism, gaslighting, all these fucking hit words, man. And stop internalizing that shit. That shit is pointless. And that shit stunts your growth. Listen to that such nonsense, bruh. Straight up. So, anywho, we've been in this bitch cooking for a minute, boy. Goddamn, I was lost track of time. Cause I'll leave it to the chat, man. Y'all gonna let me know if we should do this thing again. I'm thinking Sunday. But I will come back. Who you got going to the Super Bowl, man? I think Washington is gonna beat Philly. Excuse me, and I think Buffalo gonna beat the Chiefs. There's too many eyes on them goddamn refs now. You know, I had Baltimore. If y'all guys remember, I had Baltimore at the beginning of the year. I thought Derrick Henry was gonna be the pickup of the year, but Henry didn't. You know, they for some reason, man, what it was 16 carries. Nah, man, and them turnovers, dude, Lamar had a couple turnovers, but fucking Andrews, man, I mean, he choked like a motherfucker because of Jaden Daniels. Okay, then. What the hell is this popping up on my screen? Okay, then. Yeah, Jaden, man. Hey, listen, man. I think Washington gonna go. I don't know. I can't say who gonna win if them and Buffalo get there, but I will say I think Washington is going to the Super Bowl, man. They got too much momentum, bro. And they got a lot of weapons on that offense. I've been talking about Jaden since he was. Oh yeah, man. Well, hey man, hey, that's a good look for you and your fam, bro. For sure. For sure. Jaden a dog, man. Rocket Ismail, Eric Turner. Oh, yeah, man. But anyway, we'll see. But I think I will come back on Sunday, man. I think I'll pop back up on Sunday, bro. And we'll continue to move, man, you know what I'm saying, and do what we do. But anyway, oh shit, I'm tripping. I'm trying to do that. No thanks. Theatricality and deception are powerful agents to the uninitiated. But we are the initiated. We are men first. You fellas have a good night on purpose.